Hi, this is Marcello Buchecki, Chief Technology Officer at StraightScore. In today's video, we're going to discuss how the 50s option works, as well as how to run it in Shoot Pro Cloud. How 50s works is that we combine the scores from a 100 target event into 2 or 3 distinct groups of 50s. So for example, if we have two 50s, we combine the score of trap 1 and the score from trap 2 to produce the front 50, and for traps 3 and 4 to produce the back 50. Sometimes you'll see a 350 payout system, which takes the score from traps 1 and 2 to produce the front 50, then 2 and 3 to produce the middle 50, and then 3 and 4 to produce the back 50. Once the 50s are calculated, it's paid off just like a standard purse. For example, in a 60-40 split, the front 50 would pay the top 2 scores out of 50 from traps 1 and 2. The middle would pay the top 2 scores from traps 2 and 3, and the back 50 would pay the top 2 scores from trap 3 and trap 4. In order to run an option, navigate to the options dashboard. If you're not familiar with the options dashboard, there is a link in the video description below for a video describing how the option dashboard works and all of the available utilities within the options dashboard. So from the dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and select 50s from my list. Here I can see that it is 3 50s. If you do not know the number of 50s that you're supposed to be paying off, a good rule of thumb is that if it's divisible by 3, then you are paying off 3 50s, otherwise you're paying off 2 50s. For example, if the entry fee was $20, I would be paying off 2 50s instead of 3 50s. Next, I can see from the option title that it is a 50-30-20 split, which means that this is a 3-class purse. And then finally, ties divide just means that it's a percentage system, not a high gun system. Here we can see the system automatically determined that we're paying off 3 50s, not 2 50s. And we have the open payoff selected. Because this is a handicap event, we aren't going to split our 50s up by class or yardage group. We're going to pay everybody off as if they were in one big group. To the right of that, we can see our round 2 section. This is how the payoff will be rounded. We can pay to the penny, to the nickel, to the dime, or to the quarter, half dollar, or dollar. Typically, I either don't round at all, or I round to the quarter. In this case, I'm going to change my selection from rounding to the nearest dime to rounding down to the nearest quarter. Now I'm going to click Continue. I can change the number of classes for our open payoff. Because this is a 3-place option, I'm going to change the number of places to 3, and then I'll click Continue. Here we can see our entry fee is $30. The payout system is percentage, and we're paying off 3 places. Finally, I'm going to select Run. Now that the report is complete, we can see that we paid off 3 scores for the front 50, 3 scores for the middle 50, and 3 scores for the back 50. I'm going to go ahead and click on the arrow next to the print button because I would like to print this report without breakage. Now I'll take this report, print a copy of it out, and post it on the bulletin board. Let's take a look at another example. Here on our singles event, we have another 50s. Our entry fee is $20, so we should automatically assume that this is going to be 2 50s unless if otherwise stated by our program. However, here I can confirm that it is 2 50s. Notice how this time the open payoff checkbox is not selected. This means that each class will get paid off based off of the number of entries in that class. For example, if I had 5 entries in AA, then I would have $100 to be paid across AA class. Whereas in D class, I would have $240 in the class, split in between the front and the back 50 with the top 2 scores. Alright, so let's go ahead and click continue. In Shoot Pro Cloud, you cannot misconfigure your number of places. Let's take, for example, D class, where I have 10 entries. I cannot have more than 10 places I am trying to pay out because I only have 10 shooters. I can tell the number of shooters I have because it is listed right below the places edit box. Or I can hover over the eye icon next to the places. Now that all of my classes have 2 places to be paid, I'm going to click Continue. Here I can review my payoff, entry fee of $20. It is a percentage-based system because it's ties divide, or it's not directly specified, high gun. And then here I can review my places. AA has 0 entries, so we're just going to ignore that. In A class, or AA class, I am paying out 2 places, and I have 31 entries. Same thing with A, B class, paying out 2 places, 23 entries, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and click the Run button and wait for the results to calculate. And now looking at the report, we can see that AA class, we have 2 top scores, a 50 and a 49, and then the total is split in between 6 and 10 shooters. Same thing for the back 50. We can see this for every single class, our front and our back score. Now I would print out this report, post that on my bulletin board, and continue on to the next option. And that's how easy it is to run the 50s option in Shoot Pro Cloud.
If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, or contact us via the club dashboard. Additional resources are available in the video description below. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to see when we post new tutorials, and hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new content. Thank you for watching.